When you start building more difficult workflows, those workflows can fail. So it's a good practice to build some fail-safes into your workflows. Let's look at one type today, which is human in the loop, which means that you are bringing in a human to make a decision whether the workflow should continue or not. This is, of course, much less automatic than letting everything be handled by an AI agent. At least you will be sure that for the most mission-critical workflows, you still have a fail-safe of a human being involved. Let's see how we can build this. I start the workflow just from a simple trigger manually trigger, and then I will use Gmail, send a message. And for operation, instead of send, we will use this send and wait for response. We will send it to my account, n8n@gmail.com. The subject is approval required. The message will be just approval required. And response type is an approval. We can also use free text, so we get an answer back from the user, and we use that moving forwards, and a custom form which you can then make your own. But if you select just approval, you have more options out here. So if we select this, we can now select if that's approve only or approve and disapprove. Let's use approve and disapprove. And now we have a few formatting options. Button label, button style for approvals, and same for disapprovals. So let's say that we leave them the same. And if we test this step, we get an email with approval required, and we have two buttons, decline and approve. Let's say that we click approve. And if we go back to n8n, we see that the data went through and approved equals true. If I would have clicked the decline button, approved would have been false. Now this we can use. We can say that if we will select a Boolean, which means true or false is true. Then if we test this step, we see that we have a true branch and a false branch. And we can use this going forwards. We can assign different functions. So for example, I could say that Gmail, send a message, and the message will be back to myself. The subject will be process approved. And I will just write myself a message that you just approved the process. And if not, I will copy this and connect it to the false branch. And I will say process rejected, and you just rejected the process. Let's test the whole workflow. We are waiting for an answer, as you can see. If I go to my Gmail, I have another email waiting for me. And if I approve it and reload, I have an email saying that process was approved. Of course, we can take out the attribution. So append attribution, take it off. And while rejecting, taking off the attribution too. And we can see that the process went to the true branch. And if we save this and test the workflow again, we can see that we have another process to approve. And if we decline it, we can see that we have an email saying project was rejected. You just rejected the process. Now let's use this process as an add-on to a bit of a more comprehensive workflow. So what I have out here is an email categorizing agent, which takes in the email, categorizes it into high priority, customer support, finance, or promotion promotional branches. You can find this build on the channel in my previous video. And in my previous build, what I did is on high priority label, I was creating a draft that was to be created and left at my own inbox. Now let's improve upon it. What I will do is I will decouple the creation of the draft, because up until now, what I'm doing with high priority is I am adding a label to my inbox, then I'm creating a draft. So the actual text of the email that will go to our clients. So let's create a Gmail node, send the message. I will just send an email to myself with a subject of high priority email to be sent. And the expression will be high priority email to be sent out. You just receive a high priority email from, and I'm taking it from the original triggers value. So whatever the email was that triggered this whole workflow, and your email to them is ready to be sent. Here are the details, and I'm showing the ready to be sent email and asking them, would you like for this email to be sent automatically? And their original email is below. And if everything looks good, I don't have to put a specific to address. I don't have to put in a specific subject. As a person who decides, let's say that's a CEO, they have to just press approve or decline. And the logic is as follows. Again, I said if the approved Boolean is true, it will go to the true branch, and in that branch, I'm just sending that message out, whatever it is, and whatever it was described in the approval message. And if not, I'm creating that draft and just having a Slack as high priority so that that message can be sent later. Now I'm creating a draft because the person designing might want to just adjust the draft and send it themselves, right? So what this saves in time is that most of those messages will be approved immediately, and you don't have to go and scour through your draft file. You can just approve all of the messages that need to be sent and decline all of the ones that you would like to work yourself on or just not send at all. All right, let's test this out. I will send myself a message saying high priority so that I know that it goes to the high priority branch. Hey, I need this done ASAP. I will send the email and I will test the workflow so that it runs and I know that it goes to this branch, and now it's waiting for approval. If I go here, I can look at the message. So high priority email to be sent out. You just received a high priority email from this email. Your email to them is ready to be sent. Subject, body, you know, and if that's okay, you approve. And if I go back, I see that it went to the true branch and the email got sent. And if I go to the sent emails, I see that, hello, I understand that this is a high priority task and I'm on right away. Thank you for your patience and understanding. So the email got sent, exactly what we wanted. Let's test this again. I will send an email to myself. High priority. Hey, I need this done ASAP. And if we run this again, I will decline this time. So high priority email to be sent. Again, all of the details, and I will decline. And if I go and see the results, nothing got sent, but I have an email in a draft that I can edit myself and send it, or just delete it if no answer is needed. If you like this, please drop a like, comment on what you would like to see next, and subscribe for more AI no-code tips.